what's up, YouTube? We finally made it. This is it. This is the premiere video right here. Regular guys, irregular cars. We finally made it, man. It's been a long time, but we here now, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna get this out the way straight from the jump. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bells, and make sure you like this video. Because we only going up from here, y'all. I swear to you, we going up from here. Regular guys, irregular cars. Right now I'm in the East Coast. Y'all find out exactly where I'm at in a minute. And boy, yo, I'm telling y'all, for the debut, I'm starting off big, and we only going up. I'm telling you, whoever come after this though, they're gonna have to come. They're gonna have to come with that work. Because this car is it right here, y'all. This car is it. So stay tuned, and we're gonna rock out. Alright guys, so now we into it, man. I'm with the man of the hour right now. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna let him do all that. But I'm with the man of the hour, just know that. Alright, so boom, my guy. What's your name? And I need to know what city and state that you represent, because I'm gonna be touching all parts of the globe. So I first wanna, with this debut joint, I want the people to know where we starting at.
For sure.
What's your name? What city and state you repping? If you got a team, let us know.
For sure. My name is Ralph, aka Double P. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Raised here all my life. Also lived in England for a while. I represent the BBS Boys, also the Shirt King. Also, I have an import company called Double Imports.
Dope. I didn't know that you lived in Europe for a minute.
Yeah,
that's something I didn't know.
Yeah, I lived there for a while. Hence, you're gonna see why with my car. You're gonna see why I lived out there.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy right there. That's dramatic. All right. So, boom. Let me ask you, in regards to the car, what's the year, make, and model of the car?
It's a 1989 Mercedes-Benz 190E with the 2.0 engine, which is the baby engine for that class.
The 190E.
190E.
Now this is gonna show my age a little bit, but is that the infamous car that Eric Sherman, I think, had from EPMD back in the days?
That's right. That's it.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, a couple of legends had this car back in the day.
When I hear 190E, that's what I think of.
Right.
Yeah, that's classic. That's classic. So, damn, what made you go with that though?
I was always a fan of classic cars from the 80s and 90s. I'm an 80s, 90s baby, so these cars always inspired me, especially for the legends out here in New York. So it was between this and the BMW. My first car that I actually brought from Europe was a 1988 BMW 3 Series, an E30, and I sold that one, and I bought this one.
Okay.
And ever since I kept this car, and this one just represents me, the culture, and I guess New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay. That's definitely dope. So I gotta ask, because this channel is based on regular guys and girls, not to discriminate, but it's based on regular guys. I gotta ask you, what do you do for a living?
I'm a consultant, IT consultant.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked for a couple of law firms, a couple of nonprofits throughout my life. And that gave me the opportunity to travel the world, because as you know, as long as you have internet and a computer, you can work anywhere.
True.
So that's one of the reasons I was able to travel the world and see different parts of the world and capture this vehicle that we're going to see shortly.
Nice. Yeah, well, speaking of capturing the vehicle, let's cut to the chase, y'all. I want to see the vehicle.
Let's see it.
So, people, what we got here is crazy. This is big right here. This is super. Let's start with the exterior. Tell me what did you do, what didn't you do about the exterior of this joint right here, man. It's so clean. This is crazy right here.
All right, man, thank you. I did a couple little key things. I try to keep it OEM Plus. So I lowered it a little bit, added 17-inch BBS wheels. I added this JDM Flagpole. I added the European pet cage back here in the window. I've also added just the stickers, and that's it. OEM Plus, and that's it. That's all I did for the exterior. Oh, one more thing, and I also fogged out the taillights
Dope.
and kept the European plates.
Now, is that the original European plates? Because I see people with European plates. Is that like something you just buy from Amazon, or because you lived in Europe, is that like a real plate?
That's the original European plate. If I take it off and bring it back to Europe,
right,
it's legit to drive out there.
Wow,
Legit.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Now the wheels, are those really Mercedes-Benz wheels?
No, they're not Mercedes-Benz wheels. They're BBS wheels.
BBS wheels.
Right.
Okay.
Just the center cap has been changed.
Got you. Because normally it would be a BBS sign there, and you put the Mercedes-Benz joint.
That's right.
Dope.
That's right.
Dope. So, is this the original color right here?
This
the
is
government green?
Yeah, that's right. That's the original green. They didn't make many of these cars in these colors. This is one of the rare colors in the 190E.
Okay.
Including the interior. The interior is all original, and nothing's been done in the interior. All original.
Yeah, and that was gonna be my next question too about the interior. Sheesh. Is that a phone in there?
That is a phone. And a beeper.
Yo, that's dope. That's crazy.
So like I was saying, the interior is all original. I didn't change anything. I want to keep it OEM Plus. So you can see everything is pretty much a variation of green. So in Europe, the smaller engines had the cloth interior.
Right.
In my opinion, it looked better just than the stock leather interior.
That's ill. It's so clean though. Anybody ever sit in there? You put passengers in there? Sheesh.
Only comes out for shows and special interviews like this.
I appreciate that.
For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. So you know what? One thing I did want to ask you too, when it comes to the interior, I thought I saw a light. I wasn't sure. Do you have what you got going on with the interior with that?
I have some ambient lighting in the car. You can't really see it right now because it's light, but
yeah,
I got
knew
the
I
green
picked
to
up
go
on
with it.
something before.
Yeah, so it's on all 4 footwells. At night, it gives a nice green ambiance to go with the double mid theme with the green beam.
Definitely. And did you do audio?
I just a little bit. So I have just a 10-inch in the back. Nothing major.
10-inch?
Yeah, 10-inch.
Okay.
Nothing major. Gives it a little bump.
Definitely. It definitely sounds better than the factory, right? I'm sure.
Most definitely.
Do you just happen to have an umbrella that matches with the green and what's going on with that umbrella holder? That's crazy.
So to go with the England theme, in England it rains a lot out there.
Right.
So to bring some of that here, my good man from Benz created this custom umbrella for me. And I said, hey, I like Rolls Royces and that, so maybe this is a montage to that, even though it's not coming from the door, but you get the idea.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's dope.
And by the way, this right here,
what is that?
I believe this is a European standard thing. So all European cars back in the day needed this warning triangle. So if you double parked and you was on a major highway, you would take this out and fold it into like a triangle and put it 6 feet to 10 feet behind the car. So cars that's behind
like
you,
a caution sign.
like a caution sign, right?
Wow.
So you had to place it maybe 6 to 12 feet, something like that. I don't remember.
Right.
Behind the vehicle.
So that's original. That's comes with all the cars from back in that era.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, you definitely kept everything stock and clean the way it's supposed to be. That's ill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's dope. Definitely. Double mint P on the plate. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, let's talk about that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Some people ask me, where did I get the double mint P from? So I kept the European plate,
right,
and I added the double mint, and this P was like on the side. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna name myself double mint P, and that's how the double mint P was formed. Yeah.
Wow, that's how that came about.
That's how it came about. So people were like, "What's the P stand for?" I was like, "I didn't think about it. Maybe productions, maybe I don't know."
Right. So that's how it came about.
Right.
So it really was just double mint.
It was just double mint.
And then the European plate was there, and you put it on top, and that P stood out to you.
Right.
And it it flows like that, double mint P. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You see how life works?
Not a lot of people know that too. So
yeah,
for sure, man, for sure.
So maybe because you lived in Europe for a minute, maybe it was easy to adjust. But people, y'all gotta realize this is right-hand drive. I don't know if y'all peeped that out, but if you get a look inside here, the steering wheel and everything that comes along with it is on the right hand of the car. So how was that? Like, did you have to adjust, or because you lived in Europe, you was used to driving right hand, or how did that work out for you?
Living in England, so specifically in England, they right-hand drive car community, not the rest of Europe. England specifically is right-hand drive. So I had to learn driving on the right-hand side, also learning their street rules because they drive on the right side of the street.
Right.
So I had to learn their driving laws, their rules. So that was kind of a, you know, something I had to learn. So eventually I got it. And once I brought it here to the left-hand drive world, it was easy. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And one of the things we didn't mention is that it's 5-speed manual. So imagine shifting with your left hand. So that's a whole nother, you're using like your right side of your brain because you're using your left hand. So that's a different driving experience altogether.
Definitely, that adds to it.
That adds to it.
Right, it is. It's 5. Wow, it's a 5-speed. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. So you got to shift with your. Oh man.
Right. The clutch and everything else is the same.
Okay.
But just the
actual gear to
the
change
gear,
the gears and all that.
Right.
Wow, that's ill right there. Yeah, this is crazy. So you said that you growing up you was into cars, right? So you decided to go with something like this. Now I know you say you like the old school. You was always a fan of the old school, but why a right hand from Europe? Why not just a regular old school from over here?
Very good question. So I think about 15 years ago, not too far from here on Cannon Road, I was in my basic at the time, 1995 Nissan Maxima, and I was driving. I stopped at the stoplight.
Yeah.
And across from me, I saw a guy with his son, some type of JDM. I don't remember the car, but a JDM car with like the T-tops off. The sun was blazing on him, and I saw that visual, and I was like, I want that visual too.
Yeah.
So to fast forward after that, I end up having the opportunity to work in England.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, this is my time to figure out how to bring the car over. So I bought the BMW. I figured out all the paperwork, which was very scary because they said if I would have brought the car with something wrong with it, they can crush it by the time it gets here.
What?
Or I would have to shift the steering wheel to the left depending on the car.
Right.
So I did all my research. I brought it here. And ever since then, I've just been addicted to these. So I brought a couple of these bad boys here back to America.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. How long does it take to get something like this from like London or wherever and get it to America? Is it like a 1-month process?
Yeah.
It's about vary or what?
It varies, but let's just say about a month. It could be less. It could be about 1 month mark. But most of the time it's less than a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I noticed you got what is that? The sunroof. You got a sunroof.
Yeah.
Now, that's the original sunroof. You didn't get that put in or anything.
No,
like
that's
that.
the original sunroof. I think back in the, if I'm right, back in the days, they didn't do the glass sunroofs like they do today. So it's just
the actual roof.
The actual roof.
Wow.
It's color coded to the rest of the car.
Right.
It can slide back and tilt, but right now I have it tilted up.
Nice. Nice. So I gotta ask you about the BBS Boys. So, BBS Boys. Tell me a little bit about your team. Like, all of y'all rock these old schools, or like, what's going on with the team?
Yeah, all of us rock these cars. So, to give you the backstory of BBS Boys, myself and DJ Thorough was filming a video for DJ Thorough.
Okay.
And our main guy, Rich Reg, pulled up in his BMW 8 Series, the E31. And we all had BBS wheels on it. And we said, you know what, let's start a crew called the BBS Boys. So from that point on, we just made a focus of 80s and 90s cars with hip hop in our culture.
Dope. That's dope. That's super dope right there. Wow. Okay. So did you touch anything performance-wise under the hood?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I want to keep it OEM Plus, so I kept the engine stock. It's still the 4-cylinder 2.0 engine. Of course, I did my tune-ups and keep the oil up to par, but as far as performance, it's the same cost, same OEM 190E from 1989.
Okay, definitely. Now back to the exterior a little bit. You said that did you drop the car down?
Yeah, I dropped it a little bit. Yeah.
And what made you do that? You wanted a certain stance?
Yeah, I wanted a stance. I like the static look, the stance look. I know this is not something that they didn't do back in the days, but this is something for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to drop it, give it this low, classy look.
Dope. So based on the car itself, what you did to the car, the process of getting the car here to the States, what would you say was the most expensive part to this whole like, it's a process. It's not something for everyday people, you know. It's an irregular car, which is why I got you on the channel, you know,
for sure.
representing for our first joint. But it's like, what would you say is the most expensive part to the whole deal?
There's one part that I missed out. The first car I bought was the BMW E30. Then I moved back here to America, and I was still looking for another car, and I saw this car in England, and it was for sale. And I said, hey, I told the owner, hey, I want the car. I'm coming for it. He saw that I was in New York. He was like, nah, I don't believe you. You're not coming for it. Why would you come to New York to come pick up this basic car to them, which is basic? I said, no, I'm coming. So I booked a flight, landed in London, took a 4-hour train ride north to some foreign part of England I've never been.
You never been?
Never been. I see the car, fell in love. I gave him the money. The rest was history. So the most important part was, I guess, flying there and doing that journey to get the car. The shipping is not that bad, even though the price is going up. As we know, everything is going up in the world. But at the time, that was probably the most expensive part. Even the car wasn't that much money.
Right.
It wasn't that expensive. So I would say that's the most expensive part.
Now, a car like this, when you got it, it was in this condition, no rust spots, no nothing, like it was just clean like this?
It was just clean like this.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, this guy,
That's wild.
he maintained his car. So in England, they'll tell you how many former owners it had. So this had about 4 owners. I'm the 5th owner.
Okay.
So the last 4, I guess, kept it in great condition, and I continued it on. I just don't want to do anything else but keep it clean, stock, and I keep it garaged.
Right. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So, any headaches? What would you, if any, what would you consider something like that was like a headache dealing with the car? As far as either getting it here, as far as registering it in America versus because it's coming from Europe and all of that. Like, or was it pretty much a smooth deal?
Yeah, the shipment process is a pretty smooth deal. I've mastered it. I've aced that. Like I said, I brought about 10 cars so far, so every time it was successful. I think the only issue with this car is because it's the 2.0 engine. It's very slow for modern traffic.
Really?
So yeah, it's kind of slow for modern traffic, especially with New York City aggressive drivers. At the light, I'm a little slow on the pickup.
Right.
On highways, kind of cool. It kind of keeps up, but that's the only thing. But with this car, you don't speed with it. You cruise with it. You chill with it. So besides that, it's the engine is easy to work on. As long as you maintain these Mercedes-Benz, you should be golden.
Yeah. So like headache-wise, it was smooth. So you was blessed then.
Yeah, I was blessed. For the most part, I mean, solid car. I guess one thing that I do want to mention is that in Europe, for these generation cars, the 80s, 90s, England doesn't get too hot. So a lot of the cars didn't come with AC. So bringing it here, New York summertime, I'm blazing hot, I'm sweating, plus it's a slow car, so I'm not getting the wind effect.
Oh,
so I try to drive this car in the spring and fall. That's my favorite time to drive this car.
So they didn't make these with no AC back then?
It was rare to get them.
Because I guess, like you said, it wasn't really necessary.
It's not necessary.
Wow.
Right. And their summer lasts about a week or 2.
What?
And the rest of the time it's kind of cool like this, or a little colder. So no AC. That's one of the issues with this car.
Right.
That I wish I can add to it, but I won't. I want to keep it OEM Plus.
Yeah, definitely. Any crazy things happen, like as far as you driving it, or I mean, I'm sure you probably don't let other people drive it. Has anybody tried to drive it and couldn't drive it or whatever?
Yeah. One of my concerns is, well, two concerns is when I go to places where I valet park,
Okay.
like in garages, like in Manhattan, you got a garage.
Right.
The cars, so I'm always nervous letting these guys drive my car. So I always try to ask them, hey, can I park it myself in the front, or I just pay a little extra and I'll park it myself. So most of the time they let it rock.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't. But the other issue is for my mechanic. You know, sometimes they got mechanics coming in and out.
Yeah.
They see the car, they never driven a right-hand drive, so sometimes they hit the bumpers and
Oh my God.
yeah, that's part of it. So it's definitely a dilemma, but
Right.
so far so good. It hasn't been that crazy.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Like, how about also too with the mechanics? Do they know how to work on these type of cars, or everything motor-wise is pretty much the same as in America?
Yeah, motor-wise pretty much the same. There's some foreign parts that's only right-hand drive specific, like stuff with the steering.
Okay.
And other little random parts, but for the most part, I can find most of the parts here in America.
Okay.
And yeah, they can work. My mechanic, he's a solid guy. He can work on it, and he knows everything about this car.
Dope. You want to shout out the mechanic? You know,
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to oh man, what's his name? Billy from L&M Auto on Utica Ave, Brooklyn.
Dope. Okay. Yeah. So how long? Let me ask you. How long have you had the car? Like,
I want to say December is gonna make 4.5 years.
4.5 years?
5 years, yeah.
Wow. So
About
you
that.
had it for a minute.
I had a minute, yeah.
Yeah. And is it? So you said this is not your daily driver. You don't drive it on the
No,
regular.
it's not my thing.
And you just take it to car shows?
Yeah, for sure. And of course, all the BBS Boys events. I take it
Okay.
to there. It's also been to the DJ Envy car show in Atlanta. A couple of other classic car shows out here throughout New York, New Jersey, tri-state area. But my goal is one day to take it to maybe Florida, Cali, just so more people can see. Because a lot of people want to see this car.
Right.
It's kind of rare, so they want to see it. So one day I'll make the trip and just show it off a little bit more besides the tri-state area.
Dope. And you kind of answered my next question, which would have been what plans do you have for the car? So you want to show it off more.
Right.
And take it out of New York City and kind of bring it to other places and let them see.
That's right.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Oh man. So yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything, man. This is how we coming, y'all. So I just want to let y'all know it's up from here. It's definitely up from here. Thank you for all the people that stayed locked in to the interview. We're gonna have a lot more. Now, this is your only car that you got from Europe?
No, I have a few more here, so we definitely can set that.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I got a few.
If
So,
you got a couple more, I
couple
definitely want to put you on the channel so we can showcase and highlight those as well. You know.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna tease nobody and ask you what you got. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the time is right, and then when you bring the next one out, we'll definitely do it again. You know. Any social media or any type of platforms you want to shout out?
Yeah, for sure. You can follow me on Instagram at double_mint_P, and you can follow on Instagram at the BBS Boys.
Got it. At the BBS Boys. And as y'all call it, the Instagram joint. So listen, man. Yo, subscribe to the channel. I can't stress that enough. Make sure y'all like this video and turn on your post notifications because it's going up from here. That's the bottom line. We'll see where we at on the next video and we take it from there. But whoever's next, whew, they got a hard act to follow, y'all. Peace.